Hi guys. Follow this English Mastery Hub channel. You can cover a wide range of areas and skills and become proficient in the language. Areas you'll cover: grammar and syntax, vocabulary building, listening skills.
Whose idea was it to organize the surprise party?
It was Samantha's idea to organize the surprise party.
Whose car is parked in front of the house?
The car parked in front of the house belongs to Tom.
Whose turn is it to choose the movie for movie night?
It's Emily's turn to choose the movie for movie night.
Whose dog is running around the neighborhood without a leash?
The dog running around without a leash belongs to Mr. Johnson.
Whose jacket was left behind at the restaurant last night?
The jacket left behind at the restaurant belongs to Sarah.
Whose wedding are you attending next month?
I am attending my cousin's wedding next month.
Whose phone is ringing on the kitchen counter?
The phone ringing on the kitchen counter is my sister's.
Whose advice do you trust the most when making important decisions?
I trust my best friend's advice the most when making important decisions.
Whose handwriting is on the note stuck to the refrigerator?
The handwriting on the note stuck to the refrigerator belongs to Mom.
Whose car keys were found in the living room?
The car keys found in the living room belong to my brother.
Whose project is the team working on this quarter?
The team is working on Emily's project this quarter.
Whose proposal was accepted during the meeting?
John's proposal was accepted during the meeting.
Whose responsibility is it to organize the upcoming conference?
It's Sarah's responsibility to organize the upcoming conference.
Whose report received positive feedback from the client?
The report that received positive feedback from the client was written by Mike.
Whose idea was implemented to improve the workflow in the office?
The idea implemented to improve the workflow in the office was from the IT department.
Whose birthday are we celebrating next week?
We are celebrating Grandma's birthday next week.
Whose house are we visiting for the family reunion?
We are visiting Uncle Bob's house for the family reunion.
Whose cat keeps visiting our backyard?
The cat that keeps visiting our backyard belongs to our neighbor.
Whose children are participating in the school play?
Mary's children are participating in the school play.
Whose wedding anniversary is coming up?
It's our neighbor's wedding anniversary coming up.
Whose laptop is on the desk in the study room?
The laptop on the desk in the study room belongs to Dad.
Whose bicycle is parked in the garage?
The bicycle parked in the garage belongs to my younger sister.
Whose backpack is this in the hallway?
The backpack in the hallway belongs to Jack.
Whose signature is on the bottom of the contract?
The signature on the bottom of the contract is from the company's CEO.
Whose painting is displayed in the living room?
The painting displayed in the living room belongs to Aunt Carol.
Whose suggestion should we consider for the team building activity?
We should consider Emily's suggestion for the team building activity.
Whose idea was it to change the company's logo?
It was Mr. Johnson's idea to change the company's logo.
Whose recommendation led to the successful partnership?
The successful partnership was a result of Mike's recommendation.
Whose opinion matters most in the decision-making process?
In the decision-making process, the CEO's opinion matters most.
Whose feedback should we incorporate into the final draft?
We should incorporate Sarah's feedback into the final draft.
Whose wedding invitation just arrived in the mail?
The wedding invitation that just arrived in the mail is from my college friend, Lisa.
Whose birthday gift are we still looking for?
We are still looking for a birthday gift for Dad.
Whose baby shower are we planning for next month?
We are planning a baby shower for Sarah next month.
Whose graduation ceremony are we attending this weekend?
We are attending Mike's graduation ceremony this weekend.
Whose retirement party is scheduled for next Friday?
The retirement party scheduled for next Friday is for Mr. Anderson.
Whose idea was it to organize a neighborhood cleanup?
The idea to organize a neighborhood cleanup came from Mrs. Thompson.
Whose initiative led to the installation of the new playground equipment?
The installation of the new playground equipment was a result of the PTA's initiative.
Whose garden is featured in the local gardening magazine?
The garden featured in the local gardening magazine belongs to the Smith family.
Whose proposal was accepted for the community beautification project?
Emily's proposal was accepted for the community beautification project.
Whose car is parked in the reserved spot in the community parking lot?
The car parked in the reserved spot belongs to Mr. Johnson.
Whose invention revolutionized the tech industry?
Steve Jobs' invention revolutionized the tech industry with the introduction of the iPhone.
Whose discovery led to a breakthrough in medical research?
Dr. Smith's discovery led to a breakthrough in medical research.
Whose theory is widely accepted in the field of physics?
Einstein's theory of relativity is widely accepted in the field of physics.
Whose recipe did you use to make this delicious cake?
I used Grandma's recipe to make this delicious cake.
Whose advice should we follow to improve our productivity?
Following the productivity tips from the management consultant can be beneficial.
Whose innovation transformed the way we communicate?
Alexander Graham Bell's innovation transformed the way we communicate with the invention of the telephone.
Whose research laid the foundation for environmental conservation?
Rachel Carson's research laid the foundation for environmental conservation with her work on pesticides.
Whose leadership inspired positive change in the community?
Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership inspired positive change in the community during the civil rights movement.
Whose art exhibition are you planning to visit this weekend?
I am planning to visit Picasso's art exhibition this weekend.
Whose performance are you looking forward to at the upcoming music festival?
I am looking forward to Adele's performance at the upcoming music festival.